The Boston Celtics finalizing a trade to send Avery Bradley to Detroit. Avery Bradley. I don't know if you're aware, but Avery Bradley is really good. I think he's their second best talent. He is their best defensive player. There is no question about that. And he is their second leading scorer, 17 a game. In a league that has almost no good two guards, Klay Thompson, Bradley Beal, Avery Bradley is one of the best. He is an excellent defender. He is their second best scorer. He is now gone. As is Kelly Olynyk, going to a rival, the Miami Heat, their best big at 6'11". Not great, but a heck of a grinder. So in review, Gordon Hayward, 22 a game, arrives, and between Avery Bradley and Kelly Olynyk, 26 points, leaves town. Here is now, from the patient Boston Celtics, their lineup. 5'8.5" point guard Isaiah Thomas. Jaylen Brown will be their number 2 guard. He can't shoot. Gordon Hayward, I like, but not a top 20 player. Jay Crowder, good, solid guy, limited offensive skill. And Al Horford, first guy off the bench, guard Marcus Smart, can't shoot. And in 1 year, Isaiah Thomas's contract becomes prohibitive. You will be paying him a bloody fortune. So tell me again about this grand plan and this patience and this accumulation of draft picks. You do realize if you were in the West, you'd be like a 7th seed. Congrats on not inching much closer to Cleveland. And I don't think you are much closer. And in all 4 losses in the playoffs, the average margin was over 25-point losses. There's an old saying out there, you cannot save yourself to wealth. You can put pennies away. You can put money away. You can pay off your car payment. You can save yourself to being comfortable, a comfortable retirement. You cannot save yourself to wealth. Global wealth comes from risk. Going in with a friend on a stock, starting up a car wash, a wine store business, selling it 10 years later. That's how you get rich. The people that own this company, that own my last company, rolled the dice. Now, the Celtics keep putting away 11% of their after-tax income. Like grandma, they've got jars of nickels and pennies all over the house. They're paying down their car and their mortgage. Every month, they are being financially responsible. We won this trade. We accumulate picks. And 4 years later, Isaiah Thomas, Jaylen Brown, Gordon Hayward, Al Horford, Marcus Smart. How you doing? Maybe the series against Cleveland goes 6. Maybe you'd be the 7th best team in the West. And now we realize how little you had to give up to get Jimmy Butler, who's better than Gordon Hayward. You know, it's ironic because the guy that owns the Boston Celtics is actually, he's a venture capitalist.
Yeah.
And those guys are risk. Venture capitalists put their own money out there all the time. He was rewarded by getting so rich he bought an NBA team. Not just an NBA team, probably the second greatest NBA team in the history of the league. Some would argue the very greatest if you go back to the first days of the NBA. Risk got him ownership. But the conservative general manager, free agent Gordon Hayward, clearly wasn't free, was he? Avery Bradley's gone. Kelly Olynyk goes to a rival. Remember when Nick Wright came on this show and went apoplectic? Remember when Nick Wright went nuts? He was sort of right.
And if you're Danny Ainge, not only do you not take the first offer, you don't take any offer ever. I am done believing sources close to the situation out of Boston because they've been lying to us for 3 years. I am old enough to remember 10 days ago when the story was, oh my God, the sources close situations say Chicago wants both Nets picks, my firstborn, and the old Boston Garden for Jimmy Butler. And then the veil got removed because Jimmy Butler actually got traded. And it turned out you gave up Zach LaVine, Chris Dunn, and you swapped the 9th and 16th picks. And it's like, oh, So Boston easily could have had him for the 3rd overall pick.
Kristine Leahy.
No. First of all, doesn't apoplectic mean the opposite of what just happened? I think apoplectic is when they fall asleep. I could be wrong. Anyways. It's apoplectic. Why are those words so close together? They should be different types of words. Apoplectic. What did you say?
I don't know. At this point, I'm so amused by Nick Wright, I can't stop laughing.
Back to what Nick Wright was saying. First of all, Jimmy Butler wasn't worth that. And I think we saw that his trade value was not that high, right? And Paul George, they didn't want him to be in the East. So they were making every deal almost impossible to make. And that is why he's now in the West. So yes, they were asking Danny Ainge for too much. And good for him for not wanting to give up everything for a deal that they were making impossible. He just got Gordon Hayward. Now let's see what's going to happen. And by the way, they still have all their draft picks.
Yeah, I see what happens.
And they have Hayward.
They lost
and now
Avery.
They're more attractive.
And now they lost Avery Bradley.
I know, which totally bums me out.
It bums both of us out because he's a
Avery's
really
great.
good NBA player.
He is.
By the way, Gordon Hayward's better than Avery Bradley. He's not that much better than Avery Bradley.
Well, offensively, yes, he is.
Well,
no, Avery's a defensive player, 100%.
But he still averages 17.5 points. He was their second leading scorer. He's no stiff.
Where they're going to feel his losses on defense.
He is and by the way, there's almost no good two guards in this league. I mean, really, it's like Klay Thompson, Bradley Beal, Avery Bradley. You start running out of names. It's all point guards and wings and bigs.